Okay, so I'm going to start out with kind of the OG brush. So it's called the 3D brush. And this brush is great for a lot of things. And the coverage of this brush is like a medium coverage brush. This end is a little more blunt. I love putting on your highlight. You can contour with this. You just kind of have to pinch it a little bit. You can contour, you can do blush, you can blend. This side, you just have to be a little careful because with cream, less is more, and you want to make sure that you're not swiping too much into the product. We want to make sure we're stippling, getting that product, to melt into the skin. So with this, you can also use it for your highlight colors. So that's foundation and Saint Words, your under eye. Some people I have seen do their contour. It's so cool. You guys are going to see so many different artist application. And what's really neat is I always learn something or see something new and want to try it. And just make sure you guys know that just because you're putting it on with a different brush or a different way or a different order or with your fingers, there is no right or wrong way, okay? However it works for you, and try some different ways, because I tell you, I try different ways all the time and that makes it so fun. So this is the 3D brush. Then let's go on to, it's hard for me to say one of my favorites, but this definitely is a must-have in your tool belt. This is the blush and bronzer brush. It also comes in a collection with our bronzer where you save $10. Our bronzer, hands down, you guys will see it in a lot of tutorials. It's probably one of my favorite products. I absolutely love it. And you want to make sure you're wearing your sunscreen, and with the bronzer, you can get a healthy glow. So this brush, I love actually for using this for my light. It's like a light application for my highlight, my foundation. I can do this in like 10 seconds over my face with a super light, just getting that kind of even skin tone. You can use it for, you can do your whole face with this. If you have more of a petite face, you may need to kind of put on your contour with your fingers or by really pinching this. It's just gonna, has a little bit more surface area. Bronzer, I actually love just swirling it in and dusting it on the high points of my face. I love using this for kind of a diffusing, so kind of at the end of my application to really make sure my colors are all blended. This is a wonderful, if you guys see the technique, I think Sarah's doing the paint by numbers tonight, where she's gonna dot numbers everywhere, one layer makeup, and I bet she uses this brush. This one or maybe another one to blend. This is an awesome buffing blending brush. So again, if you don't have the blush and bronzer brush, I really highly recommend it. Of course, I'm gonna say that to a lot of them. Sorry, my husband was calling. Here's the detail brush. So this brush is another one of my favorites. It gives you a nice medium coverage so that it's a little more dense than the last one, a little more tighter packed. That's gonna grab a little bit more product. This is the ideal contouring brush to me because it fits right in those hollows of those cheekbones, right up here. You can do your nose contour because it's going to give you that sharp edge. I love this small end for doing like any kind of under eye correction, color correcting. And if you guys are asking me anything, I'm not seeing the comments, so I will get back to those. But just comment below what your favorite thing about I almost just said Christmas, summer to get entered in for the smudge brush. But this brush, you also can apply your whole face with your highlight, and it's gonna give you like a medium coverage. This is a great foundation brush. And then we have our full coverage brush. This is Buffy used to be called. This is the buff brush. The reason that it's full coverage is because you can see it's dense, it is so soft, it's just gonna put a little bit more product on your face. This side is perfect also for contour. It's a little bit smaller. It really packs that in. You can do any of your under eye concealing. This is a great brush for all over and girls that just want more of a full coverage look. And I'm going kind of fast, but I also, I don't wanna sit here and drone on. I could, I love these brushes. This bad boy, I actually have played around with applying my foundation with this side, like my highlight. I interchange them because I know some of you guys are new to Saint. And I really, really like it if you want more of that medium to full coverage. It's really soft, it's a little more dense, but this is called our powder brush. And the reason that is because it has this nice straight edge here and straight edge here. And so with this, there's also a collection where you can get our setting powder and this for $10 off. What it does is it presses that product. So when you set with a finishing powder, if you prefer matte finish, or if you are more oily, you want to set by pressing the powder into your face. If you just dust powder on your face, it's not really setting the makeup that well. So this brush works great. This under eye one works great. It's kind of a really, it's a sleeper brush, but it's really, really nice. And it's called the powder brush. Okay, for summer, I feel like this is a must-have. This is the trusty blend brush. She's kind of new, but not really that new now, but she used to be new. And I always kind of say she's that one that maybe not at the first time you get the makeup, but that second time, she's a good one to add. The reason I love this brush, now for people that want super, super light coverage, maybe sometimes with my teenagers I'm starting out, I definitely recommend this one. I mean, you can do your whole face, it's crazy. But what I love is to do all things around my eye with this. It is so delicate and fluffy, so it's not going to tug. We always want to be careful around our eyes. Speaking of, I have Crush eyeshadow on if you guys care. It's such a pretty summery orange crush and a little bit of Arabian Nights, in case anyone cares. But I love to color correct. So when I have my dark circles, I love to use my mango there. I love when I want to brighten that center of my face and I want to make sure that I'm keeping minimal product around this area so there's no creasing. This brush just dusts on that light amount. If you have a petite face, this is a great one for blush and bronzer because as you can see with the blush brush, I mean, that's a big amount, you know, of coverage as far as like area coverage. And so a lot of times this is a great one. This is good for the illuminator. Just dust that on the tops of your cheekbones. You can use this for eyeshadow, a quick sweep. So summer, it's also such a it's our lightest application if you were to apply it with this end. So for summer, great, great brush. And now let's work on to our eyeshadow brushes. So the smudge brush is the one that I am giving away. And there's actually people have done their paint by numbers with this because you're literally just applying the creams where they go and then blending it. But when people say, which eyeshadow brush should I get? They're both so different that I just kind of have to say, what are you, looking to achieve? If you are a one color all over the lid, pretty fast, maybe you do like your crease, this is a great one because it's got two kind of larger ends that you can just do that quick sweep, do the crease. Some people do their nose contour. Again, I've seen people apply their actual highlight with this too. So this is what I'm gonna give away. And then here's the eyeshadow brush. And this one is our most affordable one. It's only $18 and it is one that probably everyone should have if you do eyeshadow. Has a small end for more detail. So I have this kind of outer corner where I deepened my eyes. And then you can go under with it. This fluffy end is the best for blending. You can apply with it. There's another tool that's free that I love to use. My finger. When you want to really get high payoff from your shimmers, use even your mattes. Use your finger to get that on the lid. The warmth of your finger just kind of foils that shimmer, and it's so, so pretty. And it's free. There's a tip for you guys. So this is the eyeshadow brush. We have a brow brush, which I use every day. Fill in my brows. I'm sure you'll see some gals do that in their tutorial. Spoolie that you can brush your brows, make sure your color is in there. And the last one is the multitasker. Well, not the last one. I'm going to show you guys the demi ones, but I'm honestly not that well versed in them, so you'd have to go to the website to kind of look them up. This is the multitasker, and it's that. It can do all things. So it can do, this is what I use to line my lids. You can use this for lip liner. You can use this side for lips. You can do it for eyeshadow. You could do it for spot treating. If you have a lot of acne, this would be a good one. And that's called the multitasker. And then one that's really, really good for summer as well is our Perfector sponge. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys how it comes because it's a lot smaller. So it's only that big. This is mine, so it's used, but it gets that big when you need to wet it and run it underwater. And again, I can't see you guys' comments. Comment below what's your favorite thing about summer to get entered in for the free brush. I can't see the comments, and I'm kind of going fast, but it's kind of helping me not see in your comments because I am a squirrel when it comes to those things. But this is the Perfector sponge. So you guys, this is a great tool if you have fine lines, wrinkles, if you tend to have oily skin or sometimes feel like the makeup is tacky. It's also great for baking, which means you essentially put this in like loose powder and you press that loose powder all over your skin, and then you let it bake, meaning like the heat of your skin kind of bakes that loose powder. So this is on like, if you have oily skin and you're like gonna be outside. I mean, I have oily skin and I do it every once in a while. If I really know I need like to like set it and I don't wanna get super shiny. And then you go back in and then you can dust off what hasn't like kind of baked into your skin. But this is great to make sure that you don't have any excess makeup anywhere settling in your fine lines and to pick up any product. I also actually really love to put illuminator on with it because it just kind of gives the perfect stamp. And also when I use my setting spray, I like to spray it on here and then prime my face with it to really get my makeup to last all day. If you have oily skin, and you're using our setting spray, use it at the beginning, not afterwards. Now, if you have normal or dry skin, you can use the setting spray after. That's my tip for that. And then one of obviously our favorite products, if you use our brushes, is our brush cleaner. This is one of the demi brushes that, because the rest of them are clean, that I'll show you guys. It's not too dirty, but you can spray it directly on your brush, or you can spray it on a towel or a paper towel, and you swirl your brushes. And first of all, it smells great. When I have people come over for makeup consultations, they're like, your brushes smell so good. I forget. And it takes that makeup off. It cleans it, it disinfects it. And the best part is it's ready to use. It's like super fast drying. It's a must. Must, must, must. I clean my brushes once a week. Now, your makeup will go on so much better. It's obviously healthier